Okay, so apparently Arikado Zodak or Zodan, whatever his name is back together with Saintontas, and we're gonna have to cover it. Luckily, it's not a long video, and I've already watched it before. At the time, comments were on, but apparently, right now, comments are off. And I think it may be because he got a lot of backlash from it. Because I remember his video, that one of the videos that he deleted, many of the commenters were actually okay with him stepping away from Saintontas and actually happy that he did step away. So I feel like he got a lot of backlash from it, and because of it, calling well a sellout, and because of it, he muted his comment section. I will never stoop that level. Mm-mm, no. This is literally just show people that you're being affected by comments, and they're just gonna dogpile on you more and more. It's just not a good thing. But let's get into it.
If you are someone who is only supporting me or watching my content just because I've taken shots at a content creator whom you take issue.
No, 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 no. No. Let's get this straight. I'm not supporting you. I haven't subscribed to you. And the reason why I'm watching you is because I was told that I should cover it. Because it, for me, yeah, it kind of, I found it very shocking at first to see that he would even step away from Saintontas. And this could even be part of the thing that Io mentioned way back, where there's a group that literally set up all the drama that they're gonna do and how they plan it out and how they get back together and stuff like that. So this could actually fall into it. I'm not sure, but let's play along. So no, I'm not supporting you. I'm not watching you because you disagree with Tecton with Sintontas. They're one and the same, actually. I'm no, no, no.
With, regardless of the truth of the matter, I will no longer be concerning myself with whether or not you are a viewer or subscriber of my channel in the first place.
That's a lie. Because as you can see, the comment section is muted. So obviously you care. Obviously.
Joining alongside a small handful of individuals who simply cannot remove themselves from the environment that breeds such irrational hate is not something that I wanted to build my channel on at the start. If you are a supporter,
Look, that is a given. Like, if you're following somebody that's saying Tontas that literally just go out of his way to hate on Hoyoverse games for no freaking reason whatsoever, of course you're gonna have people that hate you back. It's just that's just life. That is just life. Like, if his criticism about Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and Genshin Impact were of good faith, absolutely the community will be more than happy to listen to his complaints, 100%. But for example, giving an example, me, when I'm playing Zenless Zone Zero and I'm clearing shit very easily, and then I hear this content creator that is not really playing the game or doesn't understand the mechanics of the game, talking about how the game is very hard and there's HP inflation. And I'm over here looking at my pole char with no W engine on it and wondering how the hell am I clearing content with bad relay. I love Honkai Star too much. Bad disk drives, bad W engine, no W engine in some of them actually, and I'm still clearing content. I'm like, what is Saint Tontas talking about? When I see Saintontas come into Honkai Star, which is a game that I really love, and I see how poorly he built the blade, how poorly he utilized his team using Rame, and basically doing everything to gimp the team to make the challenge look way more difficult than it actually is, it pisses me off. And I can understand how it may piss off other players that are actually playing the game. And this is why this hate come to content creators like you guys. Because when you're over here overglazing Wuthering Waves like it's the best game in the world, it actually does Wuthering Waves a disservice. Because you're setting people, new players, expectations so high, and when they come into the game and they see all the problems that you conveniently don't want to talk about in Wuthering Waves, they are gonna not like the game, and they're gonna feel like they got scammed, and they will drop the game. And that's just the truth of the matter. People will not come out and say that Wuthering Waves 1.0 story was trash when it was. People will not come out and say how badly optimized the mobile version of Wuthering Waves is. They will not say it. It's only when you go into it and you experience it for yourself. It will be like a mobile ad. You know, see these mobile ads that look like a really cool game, and then you download it to something completely different. That's how it feels. And people don't like to be rubbed like that. But as I'm saying, if you garner your audience on hate, of course, this is gonna happen. It's just part of the man. It's just part of life, you know.
Of Saintontas, or possibly even the man himself, know that I am not asking to be welcomed back with open arms. I am making this video for myself, as I do not want to be blinded by this unfounded hate any longer. Following my initial apology video, my inability
Unfounded hate. I don't think he hates Saintontas at all. No, I don't think so. I think he very much likes Saintontas. I'm just thinking he is actually trying to be like more authentic with his views, be more transparent, and be more fair. And these are just things that are not gonna fly with Tecton and Saintontas when their initial purpose is not to criticize Hoyoverse games or actual problems, but to paint Hoyoverse as a bad game and a bad gaming company and stuff like that. I don't know if that video came out when I was talking about this. I think it's not. But to give more information and stuff, like, look, any gotcha game that would have been in Genshin Impact shoes. If Wuthering Waves had launched and there was no Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rails, or Zenithzone Zero, there was only Wuthering Waves, and Wuthering Waves was at the quality that it is right now, there will be no competition for Wuthering Waves, and Wuthering Waves was a blast off to the moon. Wuthering Waves would have been the company that would have never listened to their audience because there is no competition there, and that's just life. Like, if a company is in the position that Genshin Impact was, of course they're gonna have a monopoly over the market, and they're gonna do things that are not really consumer friendly at the time. And the only time the real change happen is like when there's competition. It's the same thing. Like, to give a real world example, you have KFC, you have Pizza Hut, you have Burger King. If KFC alone launch in a specific area, they're gonna capitalize on all of the market because they're the only competition there, and they can price their food whatever they like. But when competition like Pizza Hut and Burger King come, they have to lower their prices in order to make sure that you choose them over the competition, and that's just business. Like, are we really going to criticize Genshin Impact because they did these kind of practices? I guess, of course, it's worth it. But to keep holding on to it for 5 years, 6 years now, it when does it become like obsession and like butt hurt from something that happened way back in the past? Like, if you didn't like Genshin Impact, you can just quit the game and stop talking about it. Yet these content creators keep talking about it and keep hating on it because their goal is not to fix Genshin Impact and these games. Their goal is to farm their audience that is basically just following them because Tectone, the big one, hates Genshin Impact, means that all these other small followers have to hate Genshin Impact too. Even though they might not feel that way necessarily, they just hate it because their favorite content creator hate it. And if you're at that mentality in your mind, then you really need to fix it. Because as I said many times, make the decision for yourself. Like, do what you like. I was at that point when I was looking at it and like, I understand that Tectone is Genshin Impact, but I really like Genshin Impact. I really like the music. I really like the character designs. I really like the pace of the game. I don't expect to come into Genshin Impact and to play like Wither and Waves. I don't expect to come into Wither and Waves and play like Genshin Impact. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, different games play different way. Minecraft is slow, but yet still Minecraft is one of the most successful games in the world. You understand? Like, not everybody is the same. Some people like lore, like me, and there's other people that like combat, and they will go for Wither and Waves instead of Genshin Impact, and that's totally fine. That's absolutely fine, as I said. But this unnecessary hate for Hoyoverse, yeah, it does need to stop, but they will never stop it because they're just forming their audience. So I understand.
To maturely disconnect my identity as a real person with more going for himself than what gotcha video game he likes was unfortunately twisted beyond any rational thought by my failure to act on my own behalf, and instead on behalf of a few subscribers leaving because I wouldn't continue in their crusade of attacking Saintontas. And in response, I stupidly decided to continue on said crusade. The simple truth of the
Wait. So, wait a minute. He's mad because certain amount of a portion of subscribers left him because he is not criticizing Saintontas anymore. I don't think it's a lot of subscribers either. So I don't think this is something that you need to worry about. Like, majority of your subscribers are the people that follow Saintontas. I don't think you necessarily need to worry about a few subscribers leaving you because you sell out and you went back to Saintontas. I don't think you need to worry about that. I think you'll be fine. Like, the buffer from being a Saintontas follower, from echoing whatever he says, will make you be alright in the gacha space and content creation for a while. Because all you really need to do is just repeat what Saintontas say. It might sound dumb as hell to you, and if you have more than 2 brain cells, you can understand how it can be easily debunked, but all you just need to do is just ride with it. And for me, ride with it like a Saint follower will literally not do any research whatsoever because they're 100% confident in what Saintontas say. So you don't have to worry about it. And they have plenty of catchphrases to send back to you. And like, as soon as they run out of catchphrases, they will like be upset and they will send it to Saintontas, and Saintontas will be very scared of watching the video because he knows that he can't answer it. So I can understand that. Like, you'll be fine. You don't need to worry. You're on the right path.
matter is, if I had an issue with Saint, I should have just stopped watching him and take a step back. Something I would be told by Ethan yesterday evening, and even today by Saint himself, as my incoherent.
So you did talk with Saint, and if you have an issue with a content creator, you need to stop watching him and step back. That's hypocritical to say because when Tectone has an issue with a content creator, he doesn't stop watching that content creator and step back. No, he criticizes that content creator. When Saint have an issue with a content creator, he doesn't step back and don't watch that content creator. He makes hundreds of his piece on Mr. Pokey and Maggie. You see what I'm saying here? He calls Flip a pet a PDF. He calls Genocide a PDF. You kind of see what I'm saying here? Like, they're additional advice that they're not taking for themselves. That's kind of interesting. It's advice. Why don't you guys take this advice for yourself? And like, if you don't like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Wars, and Zero Zero, take a step back and stop watching the content. pretty simple. Like, if Wuthering Waves is such a great game, then there should be a lot of things to cover in the game currently, right? There isn't. So, well, what are we gonna cover in Wuthering Waves? The TGC event?
Inherent crash out was torn to shreds without even breaking a sweat. The fact of the matter is, Saintontas is rightfully a successful content creator who endured everything thrown at him by countless people, and all I did was add myself to that very number with debatably even worse talking points, only getting more praise than the average drama farmer, all because I have a better audio setup and competent editing.
I don't give like Saintontas any credit for the audience he conquered, honestly, because his audience is one and the same of Tectone. So it's not like he brought something new to the gotcha space. He's just a copy of Tectone. It's simple as that, and a worse version of it too. Because I'll give Tectone a lot of credit. Tectone is a lot better for setting up himself in a position where it will be very difficult for you to debate him if you don't know how to, let's say, stick to a specific point and hammer that specific point. In order to debate somebody like Tectone that will try to take one thing of what you said and try to change the subject, you have to remind him of the particular thing that you're talking about and make sure that you say that, look, we're sticking to this point, answer the question. As simple as that. The debate will be over, absolutely, because he's gonna just say that you're a R word and then just end the call. But I have a lot. I have another channel. It's not related to gacha. I used to debate flat earthers, and it was the most it was one of the most. You have to be very patient in order to debate a flat earther, and I've won many of these fights with these flat earthers. I never think I will ever lost a debate with a flat earther, to be honest. But debating a flat earther is one and the same of debating Tectone, one and the same of debating Saintontas. You just have to stick to your points. Once you stick to your points and don't let them sidetrack you, you win the debate. Or they're gonna just come off and rage quit, and then it ends in a tie. And then he can spread his narrative with his audience and make it look like you didn't really put anything valuable to debate. That's how it always plays out. Like, as I said, this guy's audience is just one and the same of Tectone, so it doesn't matter.
Skills, and I also speak big words, all to make me look more competent to the average hate watcher without being more competent. Even at the lowest point of our relationship,
lowest point of our relationship. I swear to God, this man must have a body pillow of Saintontas. I would not be an old of Shangling cosplay of Saintontas. I would not be shocked if he has that.
Still let me off easy as a poor soul whom lost himself in all the noise and hate. The man whom has destroyed people for far less was still willing to put me down lightly. And I feel fucking sick to my stomach.
Wait, you have to curse, man. Jesus Christ. Man is so, how should I say it? Man is mesmerized by what Saintontas did. Saintontas didn't deal with him harsh. Saintontas rubbed his hair, the whatever is left of it on his head, and just say like, okay, baby, don't worry, I'll take you down slowly. And then he put him down on the bed and say, what's his name again? Arikado. I know you made some video about me. I don't like it, but you're gonna have to fix that. And how are you gonna fix that? You're gonna have to make an apology video. Absolutely. I'm letting you down lightly. I'm not gonna call you a pedo like I do everybody else. I'm not gonna see you like childlike characters like I do with everybody else. I'm not gonna insinuate that you shoot up schools because you don't agree with me. All that's needed to do is glaze the hell out of wooden waves, and you can sleep in the bed tonight. That's how I'm picturing it, man. Like, no, no. There's a reason why I started my own business because I don't like working for others because I don't like people. I don't like kissing ass. I do not like it, and that's why I decided to start my own business because I do not like kissing ass. Now, Arikado is kissing ass right now, and will this help him out in the long run? Absolutely. He will be under the umbrella and he will get views. But how long will it last? That's the problem. You can only hate Genshin Impact for so long. You have to remember that Genshin Impact is a 5-year-old game. We are almost at its end. The champion changes when we're almost at its end. It's kind of pointless at this moment. The game is what it is. If you don't like the game, fine. You can quit. Absolutely. It's totally fine if you want to quit. I continue playing it because I'm invested in the story. The characters, I could quit the game for the characters if I wanted to. It's just a story. I really like the story. The story is short and sweet right now. Although many people claim that the story is bad, I really like how Paimon's voice actor is right now. It's kind of different. I think Genshin Impact particularly made sure that this Paimon had to sound so drastically different than the previous Paimon so that people can know, yeah, we fired her ass. She can go work for Wither Waves. Absolutely. But yeah, this is just an ass kissing video, man. Absolutely.
Just thinking about it. At this point, I don't care anymore if I have any supporters left by the end of this schizophrenic episode I've subjected everyone to for the past couple weeks. I, for once, in my antisocial life, want to make a decision I won't regret making in less than a day. After uploading this video, I will be privating, if not outright deleting, the following videos.
Okay, which one?
My Saint hit piece.
Weapon the cleanse. I have seen this, as you can see from the video before. Like, I think most of his claims were absolutely valid in that he's in a toxic relationship where he has to 100% agree with Saintontas on everything. And if he doesn't, well, he'll be labeled as he doesn't know what he's talking about. A normal toxic relationship, I understand that.
My Wu.
This video is about the bugs that's going on currently in Wither Ways, where um I've already mentioned, I think I did mention why I think this is bad, because Wither Ways player pool is so low right now compared to the other big ones, and to make this game even more demanding will only hurt them in the long run more than like make them successful. Because if you're gonna need like a 4090 to run this game, when GPUs, because I am in the PC market, GPUs are expensive as hell right now to get. They're very expensive, and you're gonna at least need an 18 gigabyte version. Sorry, I messed up. I was thinking about the 8 gigabyte versions are no good, especially when you're doing ray tracing. You need at least, to be comfortable, 16 gigabyte of VRAM when it comes down to modern gaming right now. And that's mostly because of Unreal Engine like eating up so much VRAM for no reason whatsoever. It looks very beautiful, absolutely, but it eats up your VRAM so hard. And that is the advantage that Genshin Impact has over Wuthering Waves. Genshin Impact can hit a much wider audience, which means that they're gonna be able to pull in a lot more money compared to Wuthering Waves. Because look at it. How many of you in the chat can like go right now and go pick up RTX 4090 right now? A 4090 Ti or a 4090? It's it's a lot of money. It's literally a lot of money. So it's gonna see what I'm saying here. Like it's a limited the amount of people that can play it. Talking about the bugs in the game is actually a good thing. It means that people can fix it. Now, when there's bugs in the game and your response, which I did watch a video that Saintontas reacted to this, when your response is that the person should get a better PC to upgrade their PC to the devs messing up their coding, like that is such a toxic way to handle a situation. It will literally make it so that the game will not try to fix itself because people will eat that shit up anyways. Wooden Waste is literally becoming Genshin Impact right before our eyes when Wooden Waste do not have the audience that Genshin Impact had at the time or the lack of competition that they had at the time. Sure, you will keep the toxic people that are playing Wooden Waste just to spite Genshin Impact. But the actual players, the majority of the players will leave your game because this game is getting so bad. Look, there's a content creator that I used to watch. I still watch him to this day. Why did I say used to? There's a content creator that I watch this day that was primarily just punishing Grey Raven and Wooden Waves. I would have never bet in a million years to see this man stop playing Wooden Waves and play his Zone Zero. I would never have bet that in a million years. And this is not because Wooden Waves is a bad game, but it's because the direction that Wooden Waves is going is just not good. And I want them to change. I want them to go back to the core that they were before. But it seems like ever since Tencent took over Wooden Waves, it's just back to back predatory practices when people would not want you to call it out in Wooden Waves, but are more than happy to call it out in Holyverse games. Like, for example, to give an example, the Gilded Market plus the Lycone event in Honkai Star that's coming up, where if you pull 200 times on the fake collab banner, you'll get the Lycone for Archer. It's pretty much almost the same when it comes down to the Gilded Market in Wooden Waves. Nobody in that community wanted to accept the fact that this is a predatory system. I can accept the fact that the Lycone system in Honkai Star Rail is indeed predatory. Absolutely, I accept that. But you hardly find a Wooden Waves player that is willing to accept that the Gilded Market in Wooden Waves is predatory. I can easily say that it's not predatory because it's just using in-game pull, but it is predatory for me because it's forcing you to pull regardless. Like even if I get a E2 S1 Saber, I would still have to continue pulling because I haven't reached a 200 pulls. You kind of get what I mean here? So, boy.
Wuthering Waves performance rant, my Gotcha CC drama video, my Woo-Wah community video, and my
The toxic community of Wuthering Waves. I made a video similar to that as well. And yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. I understand that. A lot of people, Wuthering Waves players that actually play Wuthering Waves were okay with it because they don't like it either. They don't like the fact that they're lumped up with these kind of toxic people. But it will not be for long because I think that the next game that would be a Genshin killer is likely the next game that they will jump to from Wuthering Waves. So depends on when that comes out. I think Azure Premilia is the best candidate for that. I actually love that game. That game looked absolutely beautiful. I think that's the only game that will be competing with Genshin Impact directly because it's a casual game that you can run on Pokemons and fly and all that kind of stuff, and the world look very beautiful. is very immersive. I think that is much more of a competition to Genshin Impact than Wuthering Waves is.
Original critique of Saintontas, because at this point, I don't even know what I still believe in that original video. If you're an anti-Saintontas viewer, just stop watching the guy. These gacha games are so incredibly successful that one man is not going to tear it all down. I was an
Yeah, I don't watch Saintontas because like I'm worried that he's gonna tear down the community down. I just don't like the fact that misinformation is randomly available out there without the truth actually being spreaded, you know? And I feel like if somebody's making misinformation, everybody and their mom have the right to call out this misinformation. Absolutely. Like if he was making actual critique about the game, I would be okay with it. When he's making critiques that well, boy.
absolute clown to find myself choosing between a handful of subscribers or an established content creator in terms of which one would be more positive for my journey into the gacha gaming space.
Okay, so this is a sellout. So that's what it is. You have to make the decision. Either I stick with these bunch of new subscribers or I sell out and I will have a big content creator in my back that will help me promote my channel and stuff like that. I covered this before. Like, if I wanted to get big, I could just easily just repeat what Saintontas say, and I'll get a lot of views, and I'll get noticed by TikTok, and then it will push my content up very fast because I will just automatically get the following from them, or at least a portion of it, and that would be enough to even reach monetization and start building from there. Absolutely, that's very easy. It's very hard to actually have genuine opinions that actually resonate with real players, because it's very hard to build that up because like these main large content creators are not doing that. You kind of get what I mean? So it's just a sellout. He just decided that he's gonna sell out so he can secure money. Hey, I understand.
Maybe in 6 months or even a year, I'll see what I can do to fix this with him directly. But quite frankly, I should be lucky enough I'm not completely kicked out of the space, because when the only person I've heard speak positively about my hit piece is Flip, I should have known I've done something horribly wrong. That's all I have to say.
I don't think this unnecessary hate from Flip. Oh, should I watch that Flip video? Man, it's an hour long. I will be here for 3 hours. That's why I don't want to watch it. My God, why everybody? You know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna react to it directly, but I'm gonna watch the Flip video and like see what the actual fuss is about and why are they so upset with Flip right now and why Saintontas has decided to call this man a pedo for no reason. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this video. So Saint and Arikado is back together again. I mean, congrats with them, and I would love to see the kid. I wonder how the kid would look like. Both of them wear glasses. One of them has short hair, one of them has long hair. One of them is fat, one of them is slim. I don't know how the baby will look, but I who would be the pastor to marry them? Would it be Tectone? Will it be? I can see it. I can see Tectone being the pastor and Tectone be up there and say, "Is there any objection to Arikado Ito and Saintontas to be happily married?" And it will be Mr. Pokey coming up and say, "I object," because Saintontas don't know what he's talking about. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, I've done it again. A 4-minute video into a 30-minute video. It's insane. But I wish Arikado Kodak the best of luck. He has made a decision. Obviously, people don't like that. And rightfully, he probably got a lot of hate for this video, more than likes. And it is what it is. Like, you have to understand it from his perspective. Like, he is literally selling out for the money. Like, this is why I'm glad that I do something in the real world. Because I do that, I'm not monetarily advised, or I'm not stressed out to make a decision because it's gonna affect my money. Like, I'm totally okay with it. Like, even if YouTube was my only source of income, I would not sell out because it's just not it doesn't sit right with me. I will not be here playing Wuthering Waves and glazing the hell out of it when I know it's like a okay story. I will not be here like not talking about the bugs with Wuthering Waves currently. I will not be here. You kind of get my point. I don't need to talk about all the bugs that are happening in Wuthering Waves right now, but as I say, like congrats, Arikado, Zolak, you're talking with Saintontas again. You're together again. I hope you guys enjoy your relationship, and I think you two belong together. I have no complaints about you two being together, and I hope that you guys don't fall out with each other again. Anyways, that's it for me. I am gonna finish the video here, and again, I will think about it if I should go with a flip video because I have a lot of things I have to catch up on. I have a whole lot of things I have to catch up on in uh Honkai Star Rail and Xenophone Zero and Genshin Impact. So we'll see how things go.